Do you ever think that there's gotta be more in the tank, but you can't quite figure out what you're missing? Ben Brewster here, co-founder of Tread, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Tread's remote coaching works and if it's a good fit for your career. So if you're chasing better velocity, command, or you're just trying to get healthy, but you feel overwhelmed by all the information out there, you're not alone. Maybe it's your mechanics, your strength, your size, your mobility, or getting back to your old self prior to an injury. Or maybe you don't even know where to start, but you just know that trying to figure it out on your own isn't working. Tread is a continuation of that sole mission of building better, healthier pitchers. It started as a way to take all the lessons that turned me into an upper 90s pro and help other pitchers avoid making the same mistakes that I and we did. Because what I've learned over the last 2 decades is that there is no one perfect drill or exercise or throwing program that works for everyone. The real key is seeing how all the pieces fit together so that you can have confidence knowing that your efforts are focused on the right things that will actually move the needle forward in your career. And while the science behind it is complex, the process on your end doesn't have to be. So think about this for a second. Wouldn't it be really nice if you woke up each day knowing exactly what you had to do to get better and having someone trusted in your back pocket to guide you through the process and help you stay on track? And that's what Tread's remote coaching is at its core. Our process is designed to help you squeeze every ounce out of your body, no matter where you are in the world, with an experienced performance team to help you navigate the ups and downs of your career. And even though my career didn't end how I wanted, by far the coolest part is being able to see the real world impact in other players' careers. I think to guys like Spencer Bivens, who went from undrafted playing low-level indie ball to pitching in the big leagues. How cool is that? Antoine Kelly, he was always known as the projectable skinny kid who couldn't gain weight. He gained over 40 pounds in a year, going from 88 to 98 and a second-round pick. Bryce Message, he also went from 88 to 98 and signed in the second round. Here he is celebrating with his family on draft day.
The Milwaukee Brewers select Bryce Message.
Now that's pretty special. Cole Reagans went from back-to-back TJs and topping 92 to topping 101 as an all-star. Clay Holmes went from a 5.9 ERA and 92-94 to a repeat all-star with 6+ pitches. Tanner Scott and Mitch Keller, they both finally pitched like the guys they were drafted to be and signed 8-figure contracts. And outside of a day or two at Tread each offseason, this all happened entirely remote. Noah Bryant, 88 to 97 in a year. Rohan Honda, mid-80s to 97 in a year. Luke Thalen, low 90s to touching 100 in a year. Dylan DeBrock, 92 to 97 and Conference Pitcher of the Year. And all these guys were able to hear their names called in the MLB draft. But not everyone's going to be a top D1 prospect or a draft pick a year or two later. We're also here for the underdog stories. And maybe that describes you. The guys for who maybe things haven't played out perfectly and they're just looking for a shot to play at the highest level possible. That was Jacob Jones. He went from 73 to 90 in 2 years as a kid who'd never been a hard thrower growing up. Finn DeMuth, low 70s to low 90s in 2 years. Tyler Soleo, he took a gap year and went from upper 70s to sitting 90+. Max Moore rehabbed back from an elbow injury and went from low 80s to low 90s. And Ryan Press, 87 to 95 in a year and a half with a totally new arsenal. Brock Stewart, who got healthy and made it back to the big leagues with the best stuff of his career in his 30s. And Declan Cronin, who went from a college junior fighting for innings to completely reinventing himself and debuting a few years later. Jacob Coates graduated undrafted, then went from 92 to 98 and signed the next offseason. And take Ryan Lobus. He went from a near 7 ERA in college to signed with an ERA under 3 in AA in his first pro season.
Together, 2-2. Swing and a miss, he got it!
But these guys are just the tip of the iceberg. Since 2015, we've guided thousands of high school, college, and pro pitchers through our system. And at this point, frankly, the results speak for themselves. There are hundreds more stories, so feel free to check those out on the results page or follow along with all the updates we put out each week on socials. So yeah, this stuff works, but it's not magic. It's about having a plan, proper guidance, and doing the work. So when it comes down to it, we're here to help deliver 3 key outcomes: staying healthy, developing better stuff, and getting outs. That's it. If we can help you do those consistently, there's a good chance you'll be playing baseball for a long time. To do this, we look at every variable: throwing volume and intensity, to strength, mobility, mechanics, nutrition, and more. All of these feed into those 3 outputs. So here's how it works. Once you sign up and join our community of Tread athletes, we'll pair you with one of our performance coaches who we feel best fits with your specific training goals and situation. These are guys who live and breathe pitching and have years of experience in the trenches working one-on-one with guys like you. You've already seen many of these guys in action in our videos and across our socials. Then you'll complete a head-to-toe remote assessment covering everything from your mobility to your biomechanics to your pitch data, nutrition, mental approach, and more. From that, we can build you a custom performance profile based on any and all strengths, deficiencies, and preferences that we find. This entire process is designed to be as comprehensive as possible on our end so that we can make sure it's as simple as possible on your end. Each day, you'll open the Tread app and see your plan for the day. You'll have throwing, lifting, mobility, recovery, and nutrition, and these will all be mapped out for you. So you'll have sets, reps, and instructional videos for every single facet of your program. You'll log your results, upload training videos, and stay in regular contact with your coach over messaging, phone, and video calls so that we can keep things dialed in. The goal is to compile as much information as possible on a weekly basis so that we can evaluate how you're actually adapting to our process. Because as any coach will admit, there's always going to be plateaus along the way. This is why, to us, communication and problem solving are the most important parts of our process. And because we've already collected data across thousands of pitchers, we've probably helped a guy with similar issues, making us better equipped to pivot and provide solutions to get you back on track. Whether this means steering around an in-season drop in command, a weight gain plateau, a rehab setback, a mechanical block, or really anything else that comes up. Plus, you'll have access to our sports medicine staff if you're working back from an injury, our data analytics team to run custom in-season reports, and a strength and conditioning staff to filter any additional training questions as they come up. It's kind of like having an entire performance team in your pocket, but instead of top athletes who are spending hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars for a team of people, we've taken this all-in-one model and made it accessible to the baseball world. And if your situation does change and you wind up with a different team or school, our goal is to provide consistency and continuity through those changes so that you're prepared no matter what the future brings. And that's why we have athletes who continue to train with us for 4, 5, 6 years and counting. We don't view your experience with us as having a defined endpoint. Our job is to be an indispensable resource, not just for today or this year, but for the rest of your career. You'll also have the option to visit our 33,000 square foot headquarters to throw in our pitching lab and to train in an environment where everyone here is chasing after the same goals and really pushing each other to be better. That being said, many athletes train entirely remote or check in just once or twice a year. So coming in-house, it's more of a bonus, it's not a requirement. At the end of the day, all of us, whether we play in the big leagues for 10 years or not, we share a common underlying goal. Because we're all gonna have to take off the uniform one last time and all of us will have to look ourselves in the mirror. We're gonna have to face the same question. Did I give it everything I had? So whether you're just trying to earn a starting role on your high school team, land a scholarship, get drafted, transfer up a level, grinding through the minor leagues, waiting for your shot, working back from an injury, or you're already an established big leaguer looking to maximize career earnings, we're here to help you answer that question. If that sounds like the kind of support you're looking for, click the button below to fill out a short application so that we can learn more about you, after which you'll have the opportunity to schedule a call. We'll dive into your goals, your situation, and whether we're the right fit to help. Let's get to work.